Yo, Elliot!
Our buddy Jeremy is a classical dancer. He's 27 years old and his profession is classical dancing. I think that's pretty badass. That's like art and strength blended together, almost like martial arts. And I think it's pretty awesome. One of the things he's got to be able to maintain is, I'm going to use the exact way you say it, I've got to be able to control the nuances of movement through my center of gravity, have the ability to shift weight and momentum through extreme ranges of motion through all my joints. Legs, obviously, but also full range of motion of my spine and arms. Dude, ultimate athlete. I mean, that can serve everyone in every sport. Being able to really be in control of every single movement that you make. And as a classical dancer, obviously that helps you with, you know, bouncing and pounding and throwing chicks around and the stuff that you do. We'll put up a picture, if we haven't yet already, of you throwing a girl up in the air and she looks like a swan and you just look like a, you know, solid, strong foundation through which she can perform her movements. I think that's really, really cool, man. I admire your sport. Perhaps one day I'll come and watch you. But here's the thing. He's been weight training in such a way that he's developed what he calls a meaty torso. So basically a lot of muscle up top and around the waist. He's doing deadlifts and he's also doing like circuit training. And he does this obviously to increase his strength so that he can perform better in his sport, but it's also adding to a look. It's creating a look that I guess is not advantageous for advancement in the career of classical dancing. I don't know, but either way, he doesn't want this fucking meaty body. And he's asking my advice. So what came to thought immediately when you describe the necessity of your sport, the demands of your sport, that ability to maintain control over all of your joints and your center of gravity and your ability to move with real strength and focus and attention. I started thinking about watching my uncle when I was a kid do his martial arts. My uncle and my brother still very involved in martial arts, Northern Shaolin Kung Fu, and then my brother also does lots of different forms of like movement meditation. They call them the internal martial arts to support the fast martial arts. So basically, when he performs, or when my uncle used to perform the internal form of the martial arts, it was always slow, concentrated, and controlled. And the purpose for doing that was to train the nervous system so that it could then quickly execute the pattern of movement when it was time to do it in a powerful fashion, in a fast fashion. So I'm going to totally fuck this up, but I'm going to give you a look at what it looked like. I used to watch my uncle. It's funny. I totally am doing this wrong, but it's of this effect. He would go like this. Do you see what I'm doing? I just made that shit up. But basically, he would move through all the ranges of motion that was associated with what he needed to do, right? Bow, 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 bow. He's gonna kick people's asses and all this shit. But he would spend an hour just going really slow. Right? And you're concentrating on every inch of the movement, every micrometer of the movement. Squeezing your hand, squeezing your muscles, turning everything on in all of your body as you slowly move through that range of motion. That develops strength, neuromuscular strength. You're teaching your nervous system how to activate all of the muscles throughout your entire body if you're really concentrating. How to activate all of the muscles associated with the powerful movement that you would then do later on in a different form of practice. So if you would spend time doing this slowly during the internal phase of training, when it was time to do the fast training, bam, that would be that much faster. You'd be punching, but it would just be so much more grounded, centered, focused, and concentrated. Bang! Because of the time spent with the slow isotonic type movement. So my invitation to you is to ditch the weights. Ditch the weights for a while. Or go, just ditch it. You don't need weights. And focus on isotonic, slow controlled isotonic movements associated very closely to what you would need to do in your sport. Now this sounds like Elliott saying do sport specific exercise. I am, because your sport requires all ranges of motion in all joints. So you can move. I've never seen anybody do what you're talking about, or maybe I have. I've watched these how you can see if you can dance shows and stuff. So I know you're moving your legs, you're moving your arms, you're moving your core, you're twisting around. Choose a routine. Move through that routine slowly, as slow as you can, and concentrate your energy in all of the muscles associated with the patterns of movement. Dude, you're gonna be sweating bullets. It's gonna be one of the toughest workouts we've ever done. You probably can't do more than 5 minutes worth of it at a time. It's that potent. It requires that much focus and concentration. It's very different than weight training, right? Weight training is easy. I'm a fucking victim of this shit. Weight training, bang, 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 it's all, you're just tossing shit around. I love tossing shit around. I would not want to spend 5 minutes doing that isotonic shit. But I can tell you what, I see the value in it. It's very important. If you watch even gymnasts, a lot of the body weight training guys, I did a video not too long ago with the bar stars. These guys are moving real slow a lot of times. And it's because they're training the nervous system to recognize the pattern. You're going to get stronger, you're going to get more powerful, which is the end result. It's what you want, right? Without the bulk associated with the extrinsic resistance and time under tension that you would with a deadlift and circuit training type program. So that's it, my man. That's what I advise you to do. Ditch your old program. Begin using more isotonic movement patterns that are analogous to what you're going to use in your sport. If you need to add a resistance, it should be like it should be very functional resistance. So maybe a weighted vest. If you have cables, right, or rubber bands, use the rubber bands to help you move. Hold on to them. I don't know what your movements look like. Even attach them to your legs. Maybe weighted wristbands. They have like these heavy hand things, and wrap them around your ankles. These are different ways. My uncle used to do this also, I remember. And you move through your ranges of motion with that, and that also will support you in getting stronger, strengthening your nervous system, but without the hypertrophy associated with your meaty upper body. Good luck.
Yo, Elliott,